The derelict drifted in the silent gulf between stars, a gash in its silver hull weeping frozen atmosphere. It was the Corsair, a human exploration vessel, that matched its velocity and extended a docking umbilical with gentle, magnetic clicks. The human captain led the boarding party, his movements calm within his sealed suit. His second-in-command's voice crackled in his helmet. No energy signatures. No life signs. It's cold. The breach is 300 years old, if it's a day. Understood, the captain replied. We proceed. Standard salvage protocol. Be alert. They entered through the tier, magnetic boots clamping to the buckled deck. Their lights cut cones through the perpetual night, illuminating frozen crystals of old air and strange, elegant furniture bolted to the floors. The architecture was flowing, organic, unlike the angular human design. This was a vessel of the Vanth, a species gone from the galaxy for centuries. They moved inward, toward the ship's heart. The bridge doors were sealed, but a manual release, outlined in alien script, yielded to pressure. The captain pushed the heavy portal open. The bridge was a tomb preserved in vacuum. Stars glittered silently through a vast, cracked viewport. And there, nestled in the command chair, frozen in a posture of waiting, was a Vanth. Its skin was a deep cerulean blue, even in the stark light. Two large, onyx eyes, unclouded by time, stared into nothingness. Delicate, long-fingered hands rested on the chair's arms. It was clad in a simple silver tunic. A pilot, the second-in-command whispered, her voice hushed. Sitting right here. It must have happened fast. The captain approached slowly. He felt the immense weight of time. This being had lived, breathed, and hoped when humanity was just beginning to understand steam. He examined the console, its symbols meaningless. Then his light caught something near the Vanth's hand. Not a control. A small, crystalline data slab, placed deliberately on the console. He reached for it. As his gloved fingers made contact, the slab glowed with a soft internal light. A low hum vibrated through the deck. Lights flickered on across the bridge, weak and ghostly. A holographic projector, hidden in the ceiling, activated. A figure, shimmering and blue, appeared in the center of the room. It was the Vanth from the chair, but alive, its face drawn with a fatigue that transcended species. It spoke, and a soft, translated voice issued from the slab in the captain's hand. If you are hearing this, the failsafe has activated. You have come. I am the last. My name is not important. My ship is called the Remembrance. We were ambushed. Our engines are gone. Our call for help is unanswered. I have sealed the bridge. The air will soon be gone. The hologram looked around, as if seeing its own frozen body. We knew of your species, primates, violent, young. We observed from a distance, debating if you were a danger. We decided to wait. That decision, it seems, was a final one for me. The captain stood utterly still, the slab held before him. His crew watched the ghost from the past. The recording continued. I have loaded the ship's core with all we were. Our history, our science, our art, our failures. It is not encrypted. It is a gift. Or perhaps it is a burden. I do not know if you will understand it. I do not even know if you will find it. But I must believe someone will. A universe where stories die forever is too dark to contemplate. The Vanth's image looked down, then directly forward, its gaze impossibly meeting the captain's eyes. Whoever you are, when you find this, I will be gone. Take what we were. Learn from it. Do better than we did. We were too cautious. We waited too long. The hologram flickered. The air is thin now. It is cold, I am afraid. But I will sit here and look at the stars and hope. The image faded. The lights on the bridge died again, leaving only the suit lamps. The silence was heavier than before. The second-in-command broke it. "Captain, the core. It's in the next chamber. The access panel is open." They moved to a secondary room. There, in the center, a sphere of opalescent crystal pulsed with a faint, steady light. It was warm to the touch, even through the suit's sensors. The Vanth's legacy. "Let's get it back to the Corsair," the captain said, his voice thick. They worked quickly, securing the core in a protective case. The captain returned to the bridge for a final moment. He looked at the still blue figure, a commander who had died at his post, guarding a treasure for a people he had never met. The captain did something then, impulsive, breaking protocol. He placed his gloved hand over his own heart and extended it, palm open, toward the Vanth. A human gesture of respect, of receipt, of promise. Back on the Corsair, with air and light and sound returned, the crew was quiet. The core was placed in the analysis lab. The captain stood before it, his helmet removed. Run a full scan, non-invasive. Look for data structures, but prioritize preserving its integrity. The science officer worked. It's immense, Captain. The data density is incredible. And you were right. There are no locks. It's just open. A screen illuminated. It displayed a menu in Vanth script with a translation algorithm quickly mapping it to human text. Libraries of knowledge. Galactic histories predating human civilization. Philosophies. Music that looked like structured light. Theories of physics that made their head engineer gasp out. And then a personal log. The final entries of the Vanth on the bridge. The captain opened one. The Vanth's voice filled the room again, but this entry was raw, untranslated at first. Then the computer provided soft subtitles. "I have done all I can. The core is ready. I have recorded my official message. But I feel I must say something else. Something true. I am lonely. The stars are beautiful, but they are cold companions. I wish I had spoken to the humans. I saw one of their early ships once, a crude thing, venting heat and noise. It was so alive. We were so quiet. Perhaps that was our mistake." The captain sat down, listening to the private fears of a being 3 centuries dead. The log continued. "If by some miracle a human finds this, thank you for coming, for caring enough to look, for being curious in a way we forgot to be. Do not be like us. Be loud. Be brave. Be kind, and remember us." The entry ended. The lab was silent. Hours later, the captain returned alone to the lab. The core glowed softly. He had been thinking about protocol, about directives. They would take the core to the Union. It would be studied. It would change everything. But first, there was a debt. A personal one. He accessed the core's repository. He found the Vanth's name. It was a soft series of tones, untranslatable. He had the computer create a marker, a simple plaque with the Vanth's name in its script, and the dates of its life and death, as best they could be determined. He ordered the Corsair back to the derelict. They used grapplers to gently close the great tear in the Remembrance's hull. Then, with the ship's laser, they etched the Vanth's name onto the outer hull near the bridge. A permanent memorial, shining against the silver metal dot. As they finished, the science officer approached. "Captain, we finished the preliminary bioscan of the pilot. There was something we missed in the field. The body. It's not entirely organic. There's a level of synthetic integration. A life support system, very advanced, built into the chair. It was in a state of deep, deep hibernation. Not death. The core's activation signal. It sent a wake-up command." The captain stared. "What are you saying?" The system is repairing cellular damage now, using the last of the ship's emergency power we just reactivated by sealing the hull. It's a miracle it survived. It will take time. Days, maybe weeks, but there's a chance. The captain turned and ran back to the docking bay, back to the umbilical. He went straight to the bridge, his heart pounding. He stood before the command chair. The blue-skinned alien was no longer still. A faint, rhythmic pulse was visible in its neck. A shimmer of heat haze surrounded it as the chair's systems worked. Then, with a sound like a sigh, the large onyx eyes blinked. Slowly, they focused. They moved from the stars, to the sealed viewport, to the human standing before it. Clad in a strange suit, confusion filled those dark eyes. Then, recognition of the suit's design. A human design. The eyes found the captain's face. The alien's lips, thin and blue, parted. It drew a ragged first breath in 300 years. The translated whisper emerged from a speaker on the chair, frail with disbelief and overwhelming, impossible hope. You came back.